the number 4 key to living and dying with no regrets: forgive often. And my forgiveness hero is Sister Leonella Sgorbati. Leonella was from Italy, and she was a Consolata missionary sister in Africa. She was with a group of sisters who went to primarily provide teaching and healthcare opportunities for people, first in Kenya. And then as she created a group of sisters there and created a nursing school that would train more nurses, Sister Leonella set her sights on Somalia, not too horribly far away from Kenya. And so she went to Somalia knowing that it was a dangerous place, knowing that Islamic terrorists, or Islamic extremists, I guess I should say, really were in control. And that being a Catholic sister, being a religious sister, being one who was serving the poor, she was putting herself in harm's way. But she went, she said, because she was motivated only by love, not by fear. So she set up a little small teaching hospital there in this community in Somalia, and right across the street was the little home that she and 5 or 6 of her Consolata sisters lived in. Well, after she'd been there a couple of years, I believe the year was in 2006, the Islamic extremists were really in full sway and were preaching and proclaiming to kill anyone who was an unbeliever. And Sister Leonella finished her shift at the hospital, and as she was walking across the street back to the little home that she and the sisters lived in, she had her security detail with her because she was always having to be protected because everyone knew she was at risk. She had a Muslim man who was also the father of 2, who was her security guard. And as they crossed the road, 3 gunmen leapt out of the bushes and opened fire. They killed her security guard, the Muslim father of 2. And they shot Sister Leonella, and one of those bullets ripped through the main artery in her leg. She was bleeding profusely, and people rushed her into the hospital, desperately trying to save her life. The other sisters came across the road into the hospital to be with Sister Leonella, and they loved her all the way to the end as she slowly slipped away. And the sisters said that Leonella's last words before she died were "Perdono, perdono," Italian for "I forgive, I forgive." Sister Leonella was so motivated by love and so desperately didn't want any of the brokenness and any of the resentment and any of the hurt to go with her into the next life, that even as she was preparing to die, just minutes after having been shot by an Islamic terrorist, there she is, instead of retaliating or being angry or offering vengeance, instead offers grace and forgiveness. She understood the power of the 4th key to living and dying with no regrets: forgive often.